The Princess of Wales has made a rare public appearance, joining other members of the royal family for a lavish state visit. King Charles welcomed the Emir of Qatar to Buckingham Palace.
What started as a tense evening with the Emir of Qatar changed unexpectedly when Princess Catherine made a gesture that had a significant impact. Picture this. Buckingham Palace's Grand Hall is alive with activity. Crystal chandeliers sparkle, while long tables are filled with gold-rimmed plates, fancy glasses, and shiny silverware. It's a royal event, prepared for essential guests. But beneath the glamour, tension is building. The guest of honor is Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, Qatar's Emir. At just 45, he has led Qatar for over a decade. He stays calm under pressure and ensures Qatar is involved in global discussions. Just days before, he had strongly criticized Israel at the UN over the violence in Gaza, making headlines around the world. This controversy followed him to London. For King Charles, this dinner is not just a fancy gathering. Britain and Qatar share close ties in trade and energy. Qatar's wealth fund owns parts of London, from luxury shops to skyscrapers. Making the Emir happy is crucial. It's an important part of diplomacy. Then there's Princess Catherine, entering the room with confidence. She wears an elegant ivory gown and a diamond tiara once owned by Queen Elizabeth. Having returned to public duties after her battle with cancer earlier that year, every appearance means more, showing strength and grace in tough times. The tension creeps in. The event starts smoothly with polite small talk, clinking glasses, and soft music in the background. But when they sit down for dinner, the Emir's face shows his displeasure. He sits a few chairs away from Charles, squeezed between middle-level ministers. To most people, it might not seem like a big deal, but in this world, it's a sign of disrespect that can lead to bigger issues. The Emir leans back, tense and unhappy. His team gathers around him, whispering with concern. People nearby notice the shift in mood. It's slight, but you can feel the tension. A slight against a leader can turn a friendly gathering into a standoff. Catherine, sitting across the table, notices the Emir's anxiety. She has a knack for reading people and spotting when someone is uncomfortable before anyone else. Tonight is no different. She realizes that if nothing changes, the evening will falter. But she doesn't rush in. Instead, she waits for the right moment. When the first toast is made and glasses are raised, she turns slightly towards the Emir, makes eye contact, and gives him a genuine smile. Not just the camera smile, but one that says, "I see you, and you're safe here." She gives him a slight nod and raises her glass toward him as if it's just the two of them. It's a small gesture, but it carries a lot of meaning. The Emir notices, holds her gaze and nods back, lifting his glass to meet hers. The tension dissolves, his body relaxes, and those around them sense the lighter atmosphere. Catherine keeps the conversation flowing as the meal continues by asking personal questions. She doesn't dive into politics or deals but shows genuine interest in his family. The Emir starts to relax and share about his kids, revealing a pride he usually keeps hidden. He smiles and even laughs a little. The change in mood is immediate. The stiff atmosphere shifts into easy conversation. British officials sigh with relief, knowing that these dinners can change from friendly to tense if a guest feels ignored. But Catherine navigates it well. Without formal notes or roles, she uses warmth and connection to turn things around. By dessert, the Emir is engaged, chatting happily with the minister next to him. His earlier frown is gone. He begins to compliment the evening, and his aides look more relaxed for the first time. Everyone is impressed. Catherine transformed the night with a small but thoughtful action. And then she makes another move that raises the stakes even higher, keeping everyone in suspense. Saving the banquet, one step at a time. The first half of the night went well, thanks to Catherine. She knows that state dinners can be tricky. One wrong word, a bad look, or even a long silence, that could cause problems. The Emir is smiling now, but his early frown was noticeable. To keep things smooth, Catherine had to do more than just a quick fix. She needed to make him feel valued and essential, as if Qatar's position on the world stage was secure. When the speeches began, Charles started strong. He talked about the friendship between the UK and Qatar, mentioning energy deals, investments in schools and hospitals, and their close ties. The audience applauded and raised their glasses. Next, the Emir spoke, and the room became quiet. His English was clear and strong, with a confident Qatari accent. He thanked Charles and addressed critical issues in global politics, peace in Gaza, and the need for leaders to protect families in conflict. His voice was steady, and he didn't hold back. Some guests felt uncomfortable with political topics at this event, which can feel out of place. But Catherine stayed focused, nodding gently the entire time. She listened as if this were the most critical conversation in the room, and that attention is crucial for a leader. The applause after his speech was polite but mixed, with some claps showing duty and others more hesitant. Catherine noticed this and leaned toward the Emir when it quieted. She smiled and said, "Your words resonate. Families everywhere deserve safety and peace." It was short and to the point, connecting his message to the idea of family. The Emir seemed surprised and grateful, appreciating her response. As the meal continued with lighter dishes, any tension from the speech faded. Later, when the band took a break, Catherine joined Emir's smaller group. She avoided topics like trade wars and focused instead on education in Qatar. She praised their investments in schools and health, saying it gives kids hope. Emir became animated and excited to discuss education, scholarships, and young athletes aiming for success. Catherine asked thoughtful questions, showing she had done her homework. She didn't skimp on respect, indicating that she understood his priorities. Nearby guests enjoyed watching their chemistry. It was not just charm, it combined genuine interest with knowledge. Catherine shifted the focus. "I understand what motivates you, beyond titles and agreements." The Emir moved from trying to prove himself to admiring the royals. He praised Catherine's confidence and intelligence to his team. The guest who seemed ready to leave was now engaged and enjoying himself. British officials breathed a sigh of relief, realizing she had achieved what professional diplomats often struggle to do. There were no power games or debates, just a genuine human connection. The Emir's glow-up moment. The night is filled with music, toasts, and small talk, but the real excitement is already happening. Catherine walks into the room and changes the atmosphere with her friendly approach. But there's a surprise coming. What she does next elevates the Emir's mood, leaving everyone captivated. The atmosphere in the hall becomes more relaxed, but Catherine stays alert. The Emir is calm but tightly holds onto his national pride. One mistake could ruin everything. Every glance, smile, and pause carries weight. Dinner goes smoothly, with servers skillfully moving between tables, and the dishes shining under the lights. Catherine shifts her focus to the Emir and says, "I have your full attention." Then she mentions his visit to Oxford that week, where he met Qatari students studying science and medicine. His expression warms up immediately. These students are his pride and joy, many of whom he supports with scholarships. She mentions a talented student working on renewable energy and connects it to the UK's green technology efforts. It's impressive to see young people like that taking the lead. He laughs, a genuine laugh that fills the room with ease. His shoulders relax. Her strategy is smart. She highlights his achievements and shows respect, allowing both him and his colleagues to shine. Charles, sitting nearby, quietly watches, his eyes saying, "I believe in this." The Emir, known for his stubbornness, is now fully engaged. Their conversation shifts to football, a topic the Emir loves. After hosting the 2022 World Cup, he is still excited about that global event. Catherine smoothly includes her family, especially George, who has become a game fan. "He was glued to the Euros, cheering for England," she says with a light touch and genuine respect. The Emir responds with a broader smile. "Only England, huh? No mixed loyalties?" His teasing tone shows he's lively. She laughs and replies, "He tries, but kids have their favorites. Heroes can come from anywhere." This back and forth feels easy but carries a deeper meaning. She breaks down the formal atmosphere and shares something personal, making the conversation feel friendlier. For someone like Emir, who values family, this connection hits home like a joke between good friends. That killer gesture of real respect. At the other end of the table, people were chatting among themselves, but everyone kept looking at Catherine's connection with the Emir. It was the hidden pulse of the room. Later, they started discussing trade again. The Emir expressed concerns about energy deals, but his tone was softer. He wanted fairer terms, and Catherine listened carefully, nodding in agreement. She didn't jump in to argue or try fixing things. She was too smart. Instead, she returned to what they shared. "Your Majesty, the UK's partnership matters. It's about building a better future together." He paused and looked at her in a new way, like he realized she understood him. She wasn't just making small talk. She respected his point without making promises she couldn't keep. She balanced the discussion well. By dessert, fresh fruit and fancy tarts, the mood changed. The Emir seemed relaxed now, and other guests engaged in honest conversations. A quartet played softly in the background. Catherine stayed composed and royal, but also scanned the room. Thanks to their personal connection, what started as an awkward evening turned into a diplomatic success. His aides went from being tense to calm. Catherine didn't seek the spotlight. She just smiled and took small bites of her food. But the room recognized her impact. She turned his urgent need for change into genuine respect, wrapping the night on a high. The banquet is ending. Plates are cleared, and the music is fading. Everyone is getting ready to leave. The Emir gave a speech that mixed praise and criticism. Catherine is the one keeping everything together. As he walks out, he turns to Catherine. There's genuine gratitude in his eyes. His aides are nearby, but he pauses and says, "Princess, you showed me tonight that respect must be earned, not taken. Thank you for that." Catherine responds with a warm smile and a slight nod. She isn't showing off. Nearby guests notice this moment, and it's clear he's moved. Then comes a surprising moment. As Amir grabs his coat, Catherine places her hand on her heart and extends it toward him. It's a warm, open gesture, not just a formal handshake. Amir hesitates momentarily, then mirrors her gesture, placing his palm on his chest. The room goes silent for a second. Cameras click from the corners. What began as a tense situation ends with mutual respect. Charles, who is nearby, smiles approvingly. He understands how important these moments can be. Catherine didn't just ease a VIP. She strengthened an essential relationship without making a big deal. As Amir leaves, he shares a message everyone can hear. Britain offered friendship tonight. Let's keep that spirit alive in our partnership. The warmth spreads across the room. Even those who were worried are nodding in agreement. When the doors close, the atmosphere in the palace feels lighter. Guests relax and talk about Catherine's skill, how she listened instead of lecturing and focused on what brings people together. For her, it's not about seeking applause. She returns to William, who is chatting with others, and whispers with a chuckle, "George will ask us if it went well." No matter her title, she's still a mom, thinking about her kids. The ripple that kept going. A few days later, the media is all over the story. Pictures of the heart-hand moment go viral online. Commentators are excited. A tense standoff turned into a feel-good moment because of good people skills. No need for speeches. In Doha, people love Catherine. Qataris are proud that their leader received the respect he deserved while abroad. This is very important. Diplomats are enjoying it. A high-ranking official from the Foreign Office says, "Diplomacy isn't always about working in stuffy offices. Sometimes it's about creating magic at the dinner table." They really got this one right. Catherine prefers to stay out of the spotlight and focuses on her passion for schools and charities. But for those who were present that night will stick in their memory. Her calm presence guided a state event. Her strength is representing the UK with heart and intelligence without needing votes or a podium. While others shout or refuse to cooperate, she listens, and one graceful action speaks louder than a speech. So, what happened that night? It wasn't a conflict, but a breakthrough. The uneasy arrivals became fans. The demanding Emir left with respect. Spotlight-shy Catherine took control. The banquet ended under golden lights, just as it started. But one princess, one action. It made everything shine forever, showing that small gestures can leave a lasting impact. What do you think about Catherine's calm handling of the Emir? Wasn't it a professional move? Do you believe these little gestures can really change significant events like this? Share your thoughts in the comments. I'm interested. If you liked this, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more content. Also, check out the following video on your screen. You'll enjoy it.